Welcome back. Now if you're a motorcyclist in India, right now is a really good time. Last week we brought you the modern iteration of a classic motorcycle, the Indian Chief, and this week Kailash Menon brings you the Bonnie Triumph Bonneville.
This is the Triumph Bonneville. With over 50 years of heritage, it is an icon on wheels. A bright example of British bike building and passion at its best. I can sum up the design DNA of the Bonnie in 3 words. It's iconic, it's timeless, and it's authentic. Now, though it's a 2014 bike, it's original and old school as it was in 1959. For starters, it still has that classic curvy silhouette to it. It gets a 7-spoke mag wheel straight out of 1980s. The best bit, the fuel-injected unit is made to look like a carburetor, which is very classic and very clever. The Bonneville is as British as fish and chips, barring the American name. Every ounce of the Bonnie is essentially English, barring the American name. It's named after the Bonneville salt flats in Utah, America. You know why? Because in its heydays, it was notorious for blitzing on the salt flats and smashing speed records. Well, it's not smashing any speed records today, but it has kept its twin-cylinder pedigree alive, which has become pretty potent. Now, throbbing between your legs is a very modern 865cc parallel twin engine. It puts out 67 bhp and twists out 68 Newton meters of torque. And putting all that torque onto the tarmac is a very able 5-speed gearbox. With the torque peaking at 5800 RPM, the Bonnie has a strong mid-range. And thanks to the modest proportions, it is not a pain to ride through rush hour. The only thing to mind in traffic is the trigger-happy throttle. Now the Bonnie feels a bit too eager and enthusiastic, especially at city speeds. I mean, you really have to keep a tab on the throttle inputs. And on the highway, it's a different story. It's a pleasure to ride and does not rattle up to 120 kilometers per hour. It only rattles once you redline her at every gear. So bottom line, it'll fit fine for your city commutes and it's a great fix for your weekend wanderlust too. But having said that, it's not a corner carver or an adrenaline amping sports bike. This is a modern classic, but it's got enough poke to keep you entertained. And it's got plenty of poke just in case if you want to savor a straight stretch of tarmac. The Bonnie races to 100 in a jiffy, and once it's there, behaves well too. And thanks to the taller gearing, the Bonnie requires fewer shifts in traffic. Now the Bonnie has got a light clutch which is very easy to operate. The 5-speed gearbox is also pretty crisp. The only minor glitch is you really have to hunt for the neutral. Apart from that, it's a great gearbox. Right now, I'm on the 5th gear doing speeds up to 45, and if I need to pull off right now, it does so very smoothly. The Bonnie is stiffly sprung, which makes it a great handler. Tip it on a twisty and the bike holds itself together. Hit a bump and you feel the pain. Now the slim seat looks retro cool, but the problem is it lacks adequate cushioning. As a result, after a long ride, you are going to end up with a sore bottom. The bigger problem, stiffly sprung rear suspension. As a result, every rut feels like a kick to your kidneys. The only solace is it comes with adjustable preload, so you can tamper with the suspension travel, and hopefully that should sort out the problem. Bringing the Bonnie to a halt is a 310mm disc at front and a 255mm disc at rear. Sticker price stands at 5.7 lakhs ex-Delhi, which is pretty practical and affordable. But just in case if you need more reasons to purchase this retro ride, well, it's classic, it's contemporary, and it comes with a cult status like no other motorcycle. And trust me, the appeal of the Bonnie will not be withered by time, trends or technology. This bike would look as good 20 years from now. So whether you're a rookie rider or a biker buff, buying the Bonnie will fetch you bragging rights at any bar table.